Hey guys, so let me first address the elephant in the room. Um, there's probably a few people watching this video right now going, "Where the fuck is Bill right now?" I'm not in my normal location. Well, this is my new apartment. For anybody who isn't friends with me on Facebook or doesn't follow me on Facebook, I told people that I officially moved into my new apartment and on Friday, and that was why I didn't do my reviews on Friday because I was a little busy Friday and Saturday, and I officially moved in. I mentioned it a couple months ago that I was going to be moving in here, but I have officially, and I'll be doing reviews from this location from this point forward. I know it's kind of a new change of pace for me. Um, and I'm going to continue doing these reviews. Like I said, I might start getting a little bit pickier on what movies I see, but from this point forward, I'm from this point forward, I'm still going to do my reviews until uh, otherwise. I say otherwise. Um, but I did go to the theaters finally. Like I said, I didn't go on Friday because I was busy moving and everything else. But I did go see a double feature. First one I saw was Green Room. Originally, my plan was, if you watched my last review of Captain America, I said I was going to go see Money Monster and that was it. Well, it came to my attention this past week that they were going to be releasing Green Room too. And Green Room was a movie that I wanted to see for a month now because it's been out in a limited release for a month now, and I've been wondering when the hell they're going to release it. And my theater decided to release it sometime in May, which was weird. This movie has been getting really good reviews. I know a lot of people that probably don't know what the hell this movie is. Uh, and honestly, I probably wouldn't have if I hadn't seen a trailer for it and caught my interest. Um, Trailers for this movie looked pretty good. Like I said, the word of mouth for this movie was really, really strong. That was what caught my attention more, was how strong the reception this movie was getting. Um, and it looked like a decent little thriller from the trailer. I only got one trailer in front of it, or I forget what movie I got a trailer for in front of it. I think it might have been like The Witch or something, but when I did, I was like, that looks pretty goddamn good. Um, and you know what? I really dug this movie. I really, really did dig this movie. It's a really intense as shit thriller. Really intense. Um, it's a very claustrophobic, gritty, really brutal thriller that like just never lets up. There are a lot of points. There's just points where it just doesn't fucking let up. Um, if you don't know what the plot is, for people that don't know what the movie is about, it's about this band, a rock band that goes out to, I think, Washington, the state of Washington, and for a gig, and they find out it gets canceled. But the guy who got him this gig gets him another one in Portland, and they find out it's like a skinhead bar club sort of thing, and so they go and they perform for these skinheads, and then what happens is they go backstage and they accidentally come upon a bunch of skinheads murdering a girl, and then what happens is that the skinheads don't want them to go out and tell the cops, so they trap them in this building, and half of this movie takes place in the green room. And it's a very claustrophobic kind of feel of the movie. It makes this movie feel very, very claustrophobic. Um, this movie is like really goddamn good. It's like it feels like something that you would see like in an '80s, back in the '80s, like how brutal this movie is. This movie is brutal and the violence, like really sadistic. Very, some of it even is best when it's not even showing you what's happening. Um, but it does show you a lot of the graphic violence in this. Oh my god, the violence in this movie is pretty brutal. Um, Patrick Stewart, I gotta mention this because I know a lot of people have been talking about this. Patrick Stewart plays the leader of Skinheads and does a really goddamn terrifying performance in this thing. Um, I've been hearing really good things about it, and this is what I compared it to was when the first thing I thought of when I saw this performance. I was thinking of Albert Brooks in Drive. Now, Albert Brooks was like is a more comedic guy, and I know Patrick Stewart's always been kind of a dramatic actor, but it's kind of like that where like that kind of performance like Albert Brooks in Drive, and that this is something so out of left field for like Patrick Stewart to ever do. That was like kind of really good. I like to see like actors go out of their realm of comfortability, like, and do something different that they've never done before. And this was a really good performance by him. It was really good. Um, I like that even sometimes this movie, uh, it did a good job in like trying to make it a little realistic and how the people, what happens throughout the movie is kind of, they try to make it a little bit more grounded in reality. Like it doesn't like, and this movie doesn't really end like go the route of like most horror movies go nowadays, and that like the people that are outnumbered like this, like just somehow get this miraculous ability to become MacGyver and fucking kill people so easily. These people are not killers. They're not, people that know how to kill people. And because of that, a lot of people die. And it's a really realistic in that way. I kind of like that. Like it made it a little bit more realistic in the fact that people die a lot in this movie, and people get injured. Like the people that do live in this movie got some pretty horrible wounds. And the way that the people that get out of this situation, kind of, I'm not going to do spoilers on who does. The way they would come up with ways to trick the bad guys and stuff like that was kind of creative. I actually liked the ways they came up with towards the end. I actually liked that. I thought this movie was pretty. It's a movie that's very hard to talk about because I really did like it. There's nothing really I didn't hate about it. It was pretty good. I really dug it. It's not my favorite like film of the year or anything like that, but it was a pretty decent thriller, honestly. I really recommend it. If your theater has it, I recommend. There was actually surprisingly a couple people in the theater. I was thinking it was gonna be an empty theater, and it had a pretty decent little crowd in it. So I mean, I actually went to theater and there was like the parking lot was full. Well, of course, everybody was seeing Captain America still, so that's what was going on. But other than that, nobody was seeing anything else. But go see Green Room. I highly recommend it. It's definitely a good sit. Definitely, if you like thrillers like that movie, if it sounds like your cup of tea, like what I just told you, go check it out. I recommend it. As far as trailers go, I got a lot, as I expected, a lot of indie trailers. I got the Lobster. What the fuck is this? Seriously, what is this? There's a movie. This is unique. I've never heard of this before. It's Colin Farrell. He lives in a dystopian future where if you do not find a woman, if you're a single guy and if you're a single person and don't find a mate in 45 days, you will be turned into an animal. I am not making that up. This is a real movie, people. It did kind of look interesting, and why it's called Lobster is that because they asked Colin Farrell what animal he wants to be if he doesn't find a person, and he said a lobster. I give him points like, alright, that's unique. I never heard that before, or something like that before. Oh god, I've heard this other one. Swiss Army Man. I've heard about this one. It's, I don't know how to describe this. It's Paul Dano is stuck on an island, and he's about to kill himself when he finds a dead Daniel Radcliffe lying on the beach. And Daniel Radcliffe, it becomes a Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing, relationship, where it's just him and this dead body. He's just having adventures with this dead body, who also farts. I shit you not, that's the plot of this movie. Why are they making, what is like up with these indie movies coming up with these really absurd plots? I don't know. Like, and they dragged Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe in it. I don't know about that movie either. I mean, The Lobster looks a little bit better than this does. A Bigger Splash. It's a movie about Tilda Swinton, who looks like, I swear to God, Pat Benatar. I thought she was playing Pat Benatar at one point. Like, the opening shot looks like she was playing Pat Benatar. If they need somebody to play Pat Benatar, I'm pretty certain they can get Tilda Swinton look like her. I didn't think that would be possible. Now that I think about that. And it's a relationship comedy about, I don't know. I really didn't give a shit about it. It also has Ray Fiennes and that girl from 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Tilda Swinton, being Tilda Swinton. It looks like Tilda Swinton being Tilda Swinton. I like Tilda Swinton though. It's a relation. It's not my cup of tea. Like I said, it's another indie movie, whatever. It's a Bigger Splash. Oh, Lights Out. Holy shit, does this look terrifying? That movie looks terrifying. It's a movie about, like, every time, like, this girl and her brother keep being haunted by this woman who, every time they turn off the lights, this woman appears out of nowhere, and they have to keep the lights on all the time. They can't be in the darkness, and it kind of looks fucking creepy. This movie, the trailer was pretty creepy. I kind of was like, all right, I can kind of get behind that. It's being produced by James Wan. I don't know who's being directed by. I thought maybe it was like a Conjuring. I thought at first it was like another trailer for Conjuring 2, but it was a new movie. I was like, wow, that guy looks kind of terrifying. And the last one I got was Hold on a second. Our Kind of Traitor. It's a movie I kind of barely remember the trailer for it because, like I said, it's been a long day, so I've seen a lot of trailers, but I'm trying to remember. It's about like a Russian mob boss who goes to the FBI or something like that and tries to be an informant. He's like a higher up and everything else, and it's about that, whatever. It looks like, it's like another one of those espionage movies. I think it's from the guy who made Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, which I've never seen, but I've heard good things about. Yeah, so that's as far as trailers go. I'll be back in a few seconds with another review here.